Hello everyone and welcome back to Proxy. In this video I'm going to be giving you an updated overview of Ganesh. This is from the 3.1 version onwards. If you go ahead and make any minor changes to the bot, then I won't cover it. If there's anything major, that is why I'm going ahead and creating this video, because major changes have gone ahead and been made to the bot. So we're going to go ahead and revisit this video. If you want to go ahead and check out a written overview of this bot, it will be linked down below. If you're on the written overview right now and in the integrated video player, hit the YouTube icon. That will take you to our YouTube channel so you guys can go ahead and check out the rest of our content on there. But let's go ahead and begin today's video. So when you go to the settings tab within the new Ganesh version, it's going to say welcome and the Discord username binded to the key, as well as the key type over here, the key type over there. The logo is going to be in the top left at all the times. Your Discord username and your AVI is going to be there as well. So if you guys have an animated one, obviously it'll appear there. That's pretty cool. Then you have the minimize button, the collapse button, so it'll come out of full screen. Right now it's in full screen, and the close down button. Then you can launch the capture harvester if you wish, and then you have your local computer time reflected at the bottom. Then when you click your Discord username, you're going to see a deactivate button if you wish to deactivate it. If you wish, you have the change logs for all the versions, which is pretty nice. As you guys can see, we are covering 3.1 onwards, so you can see all the changes since then. Now on the settings tab, you're going to have the settings for the webhook URL, the to capture key, the anti-capture key, the cap monster key, your AYCD keys. You can test these as well if you wish to. You have your GUI backup, you can restore the backup, import CSV tasks, export CSV tasks. You can change your retry delay as well as your monitor delay over here with these buttons. You can custom type it as well if you wish. You can go ahead and check for updates when it comes to the version. We're currently on the latest version, so that's perfect. Moving over to analytics, this is going to be analytics based on your activity within the bot. So I've gone ahead and checked out nothing on this bot, so there's no data. But as you guys check out stuff, data will appear here. So your top products will show up there, your top stores will show up there, the amount spent will show up there, and it is based on what you check out within the bot. Then the checkout event will be illustrated on this diagram below. Then on the right side, on the checkout section, you have the total. Over here, you have the success, you have the failed. You can search through your checkouts, success or failed, and then you can filter the time over the last 24 hours, the 7 days, 30 days, and all time. So this is pretty useful when it comes to checking over how much you've spent, how successful the bot is, and if you want to measure up your cost and things like that, then obviously this page is very useful. Moving over to proxies, this is where you can go ahead and create proxy groups, put proxies into the proxy groups, and use them with your tasks. So that is what I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate right now. So we're going to create a group. We're going to call this group a video test. I'm going to hit this button over here to edit the group. Let's call it video test. As you guys can see, I've gone ahead and amended it, and it shows there. The 0 represents how many proxies are within the group, and this 1 represents how many proxy groups we've gone ahead and been created. Hit this button to go ahead and add the proxies. Now I'm going to quickly go ahead and grab some proxies to put in here. I'm expecting these proxies to go ahead and fail, but you go ahead and put each proxy on each line to separate them. You can go ahead and import proxy if you wish, but I'm not going to do that. Hit the add proxies button, and as you guys can see, because we separated it per line, it is separated over here. So it shows your IP port, username and password. You can test it on a store. I'm going to show you that in a second, but the speed is idling because we've yet to test it. You need to make sure when you hit this button to test the proxy, you actually select the store. So we're going to go ahead and select the test site. I'm going to hit a US site because these are US proxies. I expect these to fail anyway, but let's go ahead and test it regardless. I should go ahead and cover these buttons down here before I do that. Obviously, this is an individual test button and an individual delete button. If you wish to delete the failed, the reason why this button is very useful, let's say I had 1,000 proxies here and I was scrolling for quite a while to go through all the proxies, I could use the test all button and delete the failed ones and save me a lot of time, because I don't want to be using failed proxies by task, because obviously that is going to lead to failure. And you can also go ahead and delete all of them and stop the test all if you wish. So let's go ahead and test them all, and as you guys are going to see, all the proxies fail to connect because these are outdated proxies. This demonstrates that it does test them successfully and also return the speed depending on the proxy. Moving over to profiles, this is where you can go ahead and create profiles that can be used within the bots. So you have the total profile count here. You can delete all your profiles as well. You can search through the profiles and you can create one. So let's go ahead and do that. When you hit the create button, you have some generic information here. I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but a few things to go ahead and note is your profile name, the billing, same as shipping. If you want to separate it, you can, and whether you want to enable manual checkouts or not. I'm going to go ahead and fill out this information and pick it up once I have. And another thing that I should actually point out as well is that you can actually randomize the phone number, the first name and the last name, which is pretty useful when you're going ahead and making test tasks. So once you go ahead and create the profile, this is what it's going to look like. You can have the profile name where it's originated from. I hit United Kingdom within the profile creation process, so that's why the flag is there. The full name is random because I randomized it. The email is there, the payment method is there. It shows what your card ends with, so this is good to distinguish it against other profiles. You can enable a quick task if you wish. You can enable one checkout if you wish. You can use this button to edit it. You can use this button to duplicate it, and this button to go ahead and delete the profile. As you guys can see, the profile count has been updated at the bottom. Moving on to the final page, this is the tasks page, and this is where you can go ahead and create tasks and run them within the bot. So at the moment, we have no tasks at the moment. That's why it is empty. One thing to keep in mind, you can change the format of this, and I will go ahead and show you that once I've actually created the task. But at the bottom, you have a few stages here. So you have these stages down here. This indicates the total amount of tasks that are at each stage. Then you have the task count, you have the start all button, mass edit task button, the stop all button, the delete all button, and you can search for your tasks as well. Let's go ahead and create a task here. We're going to hit this button. We're going to select a random store. I'm not actually going to run the task like properly. I'm just going to create a fake task for the purpose of this video. So let's hit Footlocker EU, and it's important to know as you select different sites, this whole task creation process will be different because obviously different sites set up differently. So I'm going to hit Footlocker EU. I'm not going to schedule a task. This scheduled task will be based on your local computer time, so please keep that in mind. I'm going to skip the data dump solving. Payment method, I'm going to hit auto checkout. For the product, I'm just going to put in some random thing right there. Any size, any proxy list, any profiles. All profiles. Obviously it's brackets 1 because you only have one profile. Alternatively, you can select the individual profile as well, and the reason why it looks like that is because you can actually select multiple profiles if you wish. As you guys can see, you can configure the task per profile. I'm just going to create one for this example. As you guys can see, the task has been created. I'm going to cover this viewing of the task right now and then cover that part in a second. So you see the number of tasks is 1, the site is there, the product is there, the size is any, the profile is video test, the proxies are any, the status is idling because we've yet to run this task or stop it. You can start the task with this button, you can edit it with this button, you can go ahead and duplicate it with this button and delete it with this button. And when you hit this, it's going to go ahead and segregate the tasks into the store you're running it for. So we've created a Footlocker task. So as you guys can see, the Footlocker part is there, and you see the tasks that are for the Footlocker site. So when we hit this button, as you guys can see, it's not going to work because all this information is invalid, but you guys can clearly see that the tasks work, and you start it with this button. So that is going to go ahead and conclude today's overview of the newest Ganesh version at Cop Supply.